This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 6 Kingston West persons of interest now in custody. 6 of 8 men listed by the Kingston Western Police as persons of interest are now in police custody. The names of the 8 men and the 2 others listed as wanted were released on Sunday. All 10 were asked to turn themselves into the police the following day. Head of the division, Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, told the news that up to Wednesday, 6 of the persons of interest turned up. They are Tafari Kirk Anderson, Amani Malcolm, aka Bling Dog or Dante, Omar Quinty Stewart, Lancaster Bummer T. Coke, otherwise called Bummer T, Kirk Charter Roberts, and Marvin Teddy Paul Kelly. Yet to turn up are Michael Coke Jr., aka Titi Man, and a man known only as Kemar. The wanted men known only as Kyle and Rico are still being sought. The Kingston Western CIB and a gang unit from counter-terrorism and organized crime are conducting interviews with the men and their attorneys, SSP Phipps said. In the same breath, we are urging all the others, especially Titi Man, to come in. Several crimes have been committed in the division recently. On Saturday, 5 people were shot and injured meters from the Denhamtown police station. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of the remaining persons or any other wanted men is being asked to contact the Denhamtown CIB at 876-922-6441, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Man shot and killed on Studio One Boulevard. A man was reportedly shot and killed on Studio One Boulevard in Kingston this morning. Reports are that the shooting took place just before 6 a.m. It is reported that after being shot, the man ran to a school compound in the area where he collapsed and died. The area has since been cordoned off by the police as they conduct investigations. The deceased has not yet been identified. Clarendon man charged with abduction and buggery of 12-year-old girl. A 43-year-old Clarendon man has been charged with the forcible abduction and buggery of a 12-year-old girl. He is Marlon Mills, an unemployed resident of Racetrack in the parish. Police said the 12-year-old and a relative were on their way home when Mills offered them a ride. It is reported that when the child and her relative reached their destination, Mills ordered the relative out of the vehicle and drove off with the 12-year-old. The child was not seen again until the following day when she was released in a nearby district. Relatives, upon questioning her, reported the matter to the police. Following investigations, Mills was picked up by the police. He was pointed out during a subsequent identification parade and later slapped with the charges. Canadian caught with cocaine worth US $75,000 at the airport. A Canadian was arrested and 1.5 kilograms of cocaine seized at the Norman Manley International Airport on Wednesday, March 23. Charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, and a conspiracy is 26-year-old Nika Salazar Johnson, a supermarket clerk of Hamilton, Ontario in Canada. Reports are that Salazar Johnson arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport about 10 a.m. and attempted to board a departing flight to Toronto. She was interviewed by narcotics officers, and during a subsequent search, the cocaine, with an estimated street value of approximately US $75,000, was found concealed on her person. Salazar Johnson was subsequently charged with the mentioned breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act and is scheduled to appear before the Corporate Area Parish Court on March 31. Merle Grove Board votes to dismiss principal. The Board of Management of Merle Grove High School has voted to dismiss Principal Dr. Marjorie Fullerton after a recommendation by the school's personnel committee, the news source said Thursday night. The vote was taken at an emergency meeting that followed the personnel committee's submission of its report, saying it had found that charges against the principal were proved at a hearing that has been underway since her September 10, 2021 suspension. Dr. Fullerton can now take the matter to the Teachers' Tribunal and, if necessary, seek a judicial review of the matter at the Supreme Court. On the eve of the opening of school for the new academic year, Fullerton, returning from her summer break, overturned the plans implemented by lower school vice principal Loretta Ricketts, who was acting in her absence. The principal argued that she had already put plans in place for the reopening and had not been consulted on the new arrangements with which she would be stuck for a full year. But the David Hall-led board at an emergency meeting then suspended Fullerton, saying her actions had negatively impacted the school and caused unrest among the staff. Past students accused the board of taking sides in the dispute against Fullerton and have been urging Hall to reinstate her on grounds that she has been one of the best things to happen to Merle Grove. Police probing leads to apprehend deadly Marvelly attackers. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says investigators are pursuing leads to apprehend the gunmen responsible for last night's fatal attack on West Main Drive in Marvelly, St. Andrew. 6 people were shot, 3 fatally, when gunmen traveling in a white motor car opened fire on a group around 8:30 p.m. A nearby police team responded and engaged the shooters in a gun battle and high-speed chase. The gunmen, however, abandoned their vehicle in the St. Andrew North Police Division and escaped. This morning, Anderson visited the Marvelly location where terror reigned last night. He said he was confident that the perpetrators will be caught. According to the police commissioner, investigators will use available forensic technologies and the Jamaica Eye video surveillance footage as part of their probe. Meanwhile, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, says the incident is believed to be gang-related. He says investigators have concluded that gangsters in the Top Marvelly, Bottom Marvelly, and the Akiwalk gangs are behind the violence in the space. Last night, there was additional police presence in Marvelly, and the police commissioner said it will continue at least in the immediate future. Regret lingers for Bath Good Samaritan. Shame and regret are sentiments that sum up the last 5 months for the Bath St. Thomas woman who invited Davian Bryan to stay with her as condition of his bail pending his judicial fate in neighboring Portland. What began as acceptance of a pitiful request from a friend for a new place of abode for the troubled Bryan turned out to be a life-threatening move. Bryan, the fugitive suspected of having abducted 2 girls aged 9 and 13 in Bath in October 2021, was arrested on Wednesday in the district of Durham, Portland. Bryan, 32, is on firearm and rape charges and is believed to have attacked a woman in Durham earlier this month. The benevolent Bath woman, whose identity will not be revealed because of security concerns, said Thursday that she was happy he has been caught and that some semblance of normality can return to her life and the community. Me glad. Me just a tell my friends say me couldn't sleep last night, the way me glad. Me glad because we never want to run up and down again, she said. Before that joy, however, the woman had to flee her school-lane home in fear because she believed that her life and the safety of her children were under threat. She regrets giving Bryan a chance. Me coulda lose my life. Me coulda lose my granddaughter, my daughter, and all my son. See the window there, them burn up, she said, recalling an arson attack. She left the community after the October incident and did not return until January this year. While she was away, her home was constantly being searched by the police. She recalls how her son was almost killed when he went back to the house to recover property. My son brave and come up for some clothes, and him say when him in there, a pure police, them coulda come shoot him say him because them ask him where him there, she said. The woman has lost the trust of her friends, neighbors, and other members of the community, some she has known for more than 30 years. None of them not talk to me, all if somebody a pass me yard. A lady a pass with there with our grandchildren and said, "Don't run leave me, cause me no want nobody come take you away," the woman said. She told the news that before the incident, she had no issue with Bryan, who became friends with everybody in the community. When she first heard of the 9-year-old girl's abduction, she was horrified. "Him could grab my child too, because him there and him and everybody all right," she said. Even before the community got wind of the allegations involving the abduction of the first child, Bryan's name was shrouded in controversy over claims that he had attacked a woman at the river. Me say to my daughter, say, him can't come back in this yard, you know. Same time the woman man come to chop me up. We are wait and can't see him. We only see a man a come and say a youth run a report and picnic missing, she said. The woman said she began to question her decision to bring him to the community. What kind of problem this me put myself in a? And my daughter them gone search. Me hear the people them a say them a go kill we. So me just grab my little granddaughter, she said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.